Democrats in the House pushing for accountability for President Trump's role in fueling the run on the U.S. Capitol last week, with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi leading a resolution to impeach President Trump for a second time if Vice President Mike Pence does not invoke the 25th Amendment. I want to bring in Yahoo Finance's Jessica Smith, who has the latest for us in Washington, D.C. on that ultimatum. And Jess, it doesn't sound like Pence plans to go down that road to pursue the 25th Amendment right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. It doesn't look that way at this point, but again, we'll see what happens over the next 24 hours or so. At any moment now, the House will take its first real steps to try and oust President Trump in light of those deadly riots on Wednesday. So first today, we expect House Democrats to introduce an article of impeachment for incitement of insurrection. They have at least 210 co-sponsors at this point. So that is nearly a majority, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi still would rather Vice President Pence and the cabinet force President Trump out through the 25th Amendment. So today, Democrats will also try and pass a resolution that would formally call on Pence to do so. They are going to try and pass that by unanimous consent. But if that doesn't happen, which we don't expect it to, then the full House will vote on this tomorrow. Speaker Pelosi says if Pence does not act within 24 hours, the House will move to impeach. And it sounds like there could be a vote on this on Wednesday, but timing is still unclear at this point. But Speaker Pelosi says that they need to act quickly. When she was announcing her plans, she says, as days go by, the horror of the ongoing assault on our democracy perpetrated by this president is intensified, and so is the immediate need for action. Now, a big question here is how many Republicans will get on board. There are some Republicans who have called on President Trump to step down. Republican leader in the House, Kevin McCarthy, has warned against impeachment, saying that it would cause more division, now is the time to unite. But we should note that he's making that call after he did vote to reject some of the election results, along with nearly 140 House Republicans. We are seeing another push to actually punish some of those lawmakers as well. But another key question here is what is going to happen in the Senate. The really tight timeline that Democrats are working with is going to cause some problems because it doesn't look like the Senate can actually start a trial before President Trump were to leave office. And then there's some concern that that would really slow President-elect Biden's agenda his first few days in office if the Senate is wrapped up in impeachment trial. So there is one line of thinking that they could delay the actual trial for a couple months to give Biden the chance to get going on his agenda, to get started before they start working on that. So we'll see how that plays out. One other thing I did want to note is in just the past few minutes, the National Park Service has announced that it's closing the Washington Monument and potentially some other areas on the National Mall. They said this is due to credible threats to visitors and park resources. They say groups involved in the January 6th riots at the Capitol continue to threaten to disrupt the inauguration. So now they are shutting down the Washington Monument and potentially some other areas on the mall, at least until January 24th.
And Jess, of course, we've still got 9 days to go until that inauguration. President Trump's still in office in the meantime, but he's lost this huge megaphone that he has been using, which are these social media platforms. Are we expecting to get any kind of response from him in reaction to what has developed, even these impeachment developments? Are we expecting to hear from the president today?
Yeah, that is something that is just so strange, honestly, because normally we see the president's reaction in real time as news breaks. We see him tweeting about each of these developments, but we have not heard from him. There is nothing on his public schedule today. I have seen some reporting that the White House is considering having him address some of these issues, but nothing has been confirmed at this point, Akiko.
All right, Jessica Smith with the latest for us there from Washington, D.C. Appreciate that.